Welcome to the 146th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome, returning viewers. And for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could join us today. Today we're excited because we're going to announce the winner of our Knitting Adventures book. Mm-hmm. And that will be announced during
the Craft Adventures.
The Craft Adventures. So watch through, and then through Craft Adventures, but we'll let you know if you were the lucky winner. Mm-hmm. If you didn't win the book and you want to purchase one, you can go to Amazon.ca. Had good reviews. Colleen loves it.
I absolutely love it.
And she thinks it's a handy book, so you can go ahead and do that. Also, an update on Colleen's health. Update or no update, we'll check in about that.
Yes.
Lots to talk about today. But before we begin all of that, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
So first of all, I've let May borrow my Balmy Breeze cowl. And that pattern is by Michelle C. Meadows of Muskoka Yarn Connection. And I used a yarn that's called Adriaphil Duo. So it's 50% cotton and 15%, I'm lying to you, 52% merino and 48% cotton. It's a really nice yarn. And it sits really nice. The plain color shows off the texture. It's a lovely pattern, by the way. It's a great, what do you think about comfort-wise?
You know what? You know how I have my favorite cows that you've made in the past? I love them. Mm-hmm. This could be my new favorite one. Oh. Like, I don't even feel like I have it on. Like, it's not, sometimes they bunch up and you feel you have it on. Yeah. And this, because of the pattern, it kind of, the other side?
Yeah, just
this, because the pattern, it's got a split in it. Just sits so nice.
Exactly.
And I think it makes it sit just really nice.
Exactly. It looks really good. So
thank you.
Once I'm able to wear knitwear again, I'm taking it back.
I could borrow it forever, but I would love one of these.
I will make you one for sure. Yeah. I will make you one. So that's what May is wearing. And I am wearing, due to the fact that there are still spots, still a little bit of itch, keeping my fingers crossed. I don't remember if last time we chatted. Anyway, done a skin biopsy, don't have the results back yet. Hopefully they'll be able to say this is what the problem is and this is what we're going to do for you.
Right. Because it's still an issue. You still can't concentrate. It's difficult to do the tutorials that we had planned on doing.
Exactly.
It's kind of interfering with life, and if your life's interfered with, then my life's not the same because you do a lot of things. So anyway, I do appreciate it, and I hope we can get to the bottom of it. But some of that you have commented on what it could be and what you think it is, so we really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for your help.
We will let you know when we get the biopsy back, get to the bottom of it, see what it is.
Exactly, because we really want to know.
Yes.
And so as a result, I am taking one for the team. This is as much for the team that I can take. And this is the film by Laura Nelkin. So it is something that's knit with beads. This is a great one to start with if you want to try doing some beads. The beads are going to be easy to find in any bead store. You probably could find some of these like in a Michael's, for instance, as well. The clasp is up to you. You can put a magnetic one on or a hook one. It's up to you. But it's a lovely pattern, and it's nice and light, and obviously when it gets to be summer and you're not wearing your knitwear, it's a nice thing to wear.
And for those of you who know London and the St. Thomas area, there's a great bead store in St. Thomas.
Yes.
You can just look that up and see what it is.
Exactly.
It's in a mall, and it's
called
everything.
Oasis Beads.
Oasis Beads, and they have a website, I think.
Yes, they do.
Check that out, because they have more beads than you know what to do with. And a reasonable price, too.
That's right. So that's what we're wearing. And next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished object is this vest that was supposed to be done at the end of last November. It didn't get done. And there it is. So I had it all done. I had it blocked, and then I had to get buttons. And then once I'd done buttons, I did have to block at the bottom because this rib, I'm going to hold it up for you. So this rib pulls a little bit, so I got it blocked, so it's nice. It's really comfy. I probably could wear it once it's, I'm not feeling too warm and too spotty. I think it'll be great because it's not going to bother my arms at all. I love it. The yarn that I used is Estelle worsted, which is a lovely yarn. It is 50% acrylic, 40% wool, and 10% nylon, so it's lovely. It'll be easy to take care of. And there's the pattern. It's a heathered vest by Mary Maxim. And you can buy this. You may have to go to their American website. I can't remember which I got it on, American or Canadian, but it's a great pattern. Lovely pattern. And what I liked is I was able to get so the lines matched up. Even on the pattern, they don't match up. So when you're putting the buttons in, I had to be really careful, and I found some buttons that didn't overpower, and I was really happy with that.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, so
Very
that
nice.
is going to start to be worn soon.
Yes.
So that's my first, oh my goodness, first finished object. My next finished object is a pair of socks. And these are the socks of the, you didn't check the dye lot pair of socks.
And you can't tell. When you hold them like this, you can't tell.
No, you can't. If you're up close, you definitely can tell. These are the Love Story socks by Kay Jones. It's one of their patron patterns, so you can't go to Ravelry and buy it. But if you're thinking about wanting to be a patron, this is a lovely pattern. It's got some texture in here, which, because it's a self-striping yarn, you can't really see it. The yarn itself is Premier Yards Deborah Norville Collection Serenity Sock Weight, and it's lovely. It's got some bamboo in it and some wool in it.
It does feel like not very rustic. Those should be nice on your feet, actually.
Exactly.
Really
exactly.
nice.
And
Yeah.
once again, once there's no dots on my legs, I can be wearing socks like that.
I love this. That's
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
So that should be fun. So that was my second one. Now, my third and fourth finished objects are the same thing. And so this is the Lumber Jack and Jill hat. And that's by Michelle C. Meadows of the Muskoka Yarn Connection. And I chose to use Red Heart Soft, which is lovely yarn, and it doesn't have dye lots to it, which is fantastic. Anyway, so what I did, let me try and figure out which one was the first one. This is the first one. And I made it. I used the size of needles that were in there. I didn't check my gauge. It was a hat. It could get done. And I made it. And it is lovely and snug. So what I did was I steamed it a little bit. And then I put it on one of our styrofoam heads. I've actually used the male one, the man's head, to do that. And I'm not going to ask May to do it now because her hair looks gorgeous. But it is definitely bigger than it was to do that.
Because it was a little snug, wasn't it?
It was. Exactly. Now, then I decided, okay, so I used a 4mm yarn for that, a 4mm needle. So I thought, well, I'm going to try a 5mm needle. Same yarn, 5mm needle. It does make it a lot bigger. It's a dense fabric, because May said it's still a little snug, but it's a dense fabric because you're carrying that yarn behind all the time. So it's going to be doubly warm, which I'm really happy about.
And we need that because this year has been extremely cold, lots of snow this year. The snowbanks are still full out there.
Exactly.
And so this would be great.
Exactly.
When you're out shoveling.
When I'm out shoveling. Yeah. Well, I could be, but mostly I go, oh, I can't do it. We had like this much ice at the end of the driveway. It was not happening in my world. I went out. I hit it once. I went, oh no, this is not happening.
Can I just ask you a quick question here?
Yeah.
Why, like this paper seems very thick. What's going on with that? How did you get it?
Well, you know how sometimes I use all the colored ink in our printer?
Right.
Well, when I bought this pattern, I actually bought it at the store.
You bought the pattern at the store?
Yes, so they printed it off.
Oh, okay. That's why it's such nice.
It's not as flimsy as the other stuff. Yes.
It was just a quick question.
Yeah, it's a great one. Now, the nice thing is I have seen this hat, like this is a typical buffalo plaid, but I've seen it with a navy and white. I've seen it with
that would be nice.
Black and like a royal blue. So there's all different colors. It doesn't have to be that.
You could put also would that not look great with one of those on there? Well, I guess it would.
Pom-pom,
be.
yeah.
It's nice
In
with
the
a
pattern,
pom-pom.
there's a pom-pom. I wasn't sure enough about sizes, wasn't sure enough
No,
what
a
kind
pom-pom black one would look great on that.
There we go. So it still could happen.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, exactly. So that is that. So those are my finished objects as I throw them over at May. And so May, what about you, finished objects?
Well, you know how I've been writing the book, and I had that experience of writing that knitting book, and you can buy that on Amazon.ca.
Yes.
Knitting Adventures. You just put that in, and my book will come up. I've been loving the process so much.
Exactly.
And then I was working on the Travel Adventures one.
Right.
And inside the Travel Adventures, it has just nothing major in it, just a place where you can write out your stuff.
Yeah.
It's got little icons for when you
What the weather
circle the
was.
weather is and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So nothing major, just that kind of book. It's travel
Right.
journal. We will definitely use this on our travel adventures when we go to different yarn stores in Ontario.
Absolutely.
We go on our cruises or whatever we do.
Woo! Lots of fun.
So we'll definitely use that. You can get this on Amazon.ca.
You're officially published?
officially published.
Fantastic.
So that is that. I have another one that's officially published that we will talk in works in progress or finished objects, or this is finished objects?
This is finished
I
objects.
get confused. Well,
It's okay.
you'll
Craft
see it later.
Adventures. We're gonna
Craft Adventures.
That's
You will
right.
see that book in there.
All right.
But yeah, so lots been happening, but I'm really enjoying the process of
You're very good at
doing
it, by
these
the way.
books. Well,
Yeah,
I
you need
just
to be
enjoy
proud
it.
of yourself.
I'm enjoying it. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
That's fantastic. So those are our finished objects, and next we're going to talk about works in progress. My first work in progress is almost done, and it is called a faux cable messy bun hat, and that is by Melon Girl Knits. It's a great pattern. I used Charisma Tweed, loops and threads, lovely yarn. It is acrylic. And so it is one of those hats. Now this is it's a twisted stitch. It's a great pattern. It's going to be snug, and then there's the hole in the top that see all this long hair? It would just go out there. Your ponytail could go out, or your messy bun. Now the reason why it's not done is because I still have a stitch marker and it doesn't have the tag on it. So I think it's going to look nicer with the tag on it.
That's cute.
And I think because your hair is going to go at the top, you can't have it be like a
floppy hat.
Floppy hat. You can't do that. So it's going to be good.
Fit snugly, I
Yeah,
think, because this
it
would
would
be somebody small, I think.
I don't
this
know.
fit me? I
It
would
would
not
fit
put
you.
you on
We're not messing up
but
her hair. Remember, gorgeous. We're not doing that. So anyway,
Yeah.
yarn's
Great.
lovely. Yeah, and I'm really doing a lot of, okay, what is the pattern I'm going to make that I'm going to use to sell? Like, what am I going to do for because once I have it down, then I can just go ahead and knit.
Now there is a booth at our craft fair when we go there, and they sell these kinds of hats, and they seem to do quite well with those.
Yes, which is why I'm trying
I think that's all
I
they do.
might be able to put one more round of the twist. I have to think about that. The person to try that on with is our daughter-in-law.
Right.
Now,
Now,
she's got lovely long hair.
would you do these in different sizes, or just one size fits all?
I would do one size
It
fits all.
just looks so small.
I know,
I don't know
but you know
why,
what it is? It's because this twist, like it really.
Does stretch
Yeah,
out
I could
twist?
put on, but once again, messy hair, we don't know.
Twisted Sister.
Twisted sister. There we go.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'll
Okay.
put that on when I'm not on camera.
Okay, and then we'll take a picture.
Yes, okay.
And then we'll put it on Instagram or something. It's
No.
big enough. That's what we got. All right, so that's my first work in progress. My second work in progress is going to look very strange. So what we have are 2 arms and a tail and 2 ears. There you go. And that is for one of the knotted loveys, and that is the Max Monkey pattern.
Yeah.
And I love this pattern. It is a fantastic pattern. So this is Chenille Home Slim Loops and Threads. Got it at Michael's. Actually, we had to order this because we had to do the right colors. And we're in a little bit of a conundrum.
This really difficult, you were saying, to get this color?
Well, it was, first of all, it was difficult to get that color. And then this yarn is no longer even on Michael's website.
It's beautiful yarn.
It's lovely. So I'm
soft.
going to have to do some other research to see what I can do. But there's a like Bernat blanket. There's other yarns, but it's such a deep brown.
Brown, it's lovely.
But I mean, there's other color monkeys in the world.
Right.
So that's not going to be a problem. So we're going to do some research on that. And the reason why that's what I have done instead of having the head done is I found over the last couple of days when I was busy working on things, if I got the monkey body done with its legs done, and then I had to go back and do all these little things, I was like, oh my goodness. But if I do these first, then when I'm finished the monkey, I just sew it all together.
And that works for you.
It worked well. It
That's
was working
nice.
well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, those are
So
great.
that's that. So hopefully by tomorrow it will be a monkey. Right now, arms and legs. No legs. Arms and tail.
I know when Colleen's been working, because I can see her working on this, but we have a white kind of a shag carpet, and there's brown all in the shag carpet.
Yeah.
There's brown in the washroom, like
Yeah.
all these little brown
I
things all
know.
over. There's brown all over the floor. We have like a hardwood brown floor,
I know.
and there's all these little brown parts.
I know.
But I just end up sweeping the floor and
Yeah.
sweeping the floor and
Yeah.
then vacuuming and sweeping
Exactly.
the floor. But other than that, it's good.
I ended up with some in my slippers. So there you go. I don't know if that's one of the reasons why they're not going to have that yarn. I mean, they're having the chenille home, but they're not having the slim. They've got one that's really fine, like finer than that. So I'm not quite sure the reasoning, but we're going to have to find a substitute. Yarnsubstitution.com, I think, is the website you can do.
Oh, that's a good
It
idea.
helps you find, yeah. There we go.
Great idea.
So those are my works in progress. And May, how about you?
Well, like I said in the previous one, I've been working on books because I'm just loving the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I would do a book that would be useful for you and I.
Right.
Or just myself, because things that we use, kind of like the knitting journal.
Right.
And I'm into Ancestry, and I thought I'm sketching stuff on those 59-cent books.
Yes, I know what you're
And
saying.
there's scribbles all over it. It's not organized, but that's what I use all the time.
Right.
And I thought I need to come up with some kind of format
Right.
that I can record people in the history. So
Right.
I've been working on this one. It's called Family Tree Records. And what it is just a record of each family member, like the spouse and their significant other, and then their children. And
Right.
then you could highlight who is in your direct line and all
Right,
that kind of
exactly.
stuff. Now, I've filled in a couple of pages at the beginning, and this is just a test one
Right.
to see how I would use it.
Right.
I may make a couple of slight changes. For the
Right.
most part, I love it.
You're right.
But as you can see, this one's not for sale and it's not published yet.
No, no,
But
no.
when I tweak all the things that I'm working on, I'm going to have
Right.
this published for you to use too.
Yeah.
And it's just been so good so far. Like I
I
love
know
it.
you were having a good time on Ancestry getting
Yeah,
information.
but I am going to tweak it a little bit.
Okay.
So I've been working on that. I'm loving it and
Very
loving
good.
working on Ancestry.
Okay.
In my free time, because things are different just because of your health issues.
Yes, this is true.
But
And
we're
there's been
getting
a
there.
ton of snow.
Yeah,
like-
so we don't go
yeah.
out as much, and
Yeah, we had one day we didn't get out.
that's right. We stayed in all day, which
The
which
snow
is
was too deep for us.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So those are our works in progress, and next we're going to talk about our craft adventures.
Colleen and I are very excited. We love having giveaways, and we are giving away our Knitting Adventures book. And we did the random generated number, and we have the drum roll, please. And the winner is
At Mary Danielson 3271.
yes.
Now, what we need this winner to do is to, on Ravelry, send us a message at mcknitadventures and just say, I won the Knitting Adventures book, and this is my address, and please give us your full name so that I know. I mean, I'm assuming it's Mary Danielson, but you can't necessarily assume that. So just say what your name is and what your address is so that we can send it away. There's two ways we might send it, so I'm just letting you know that we're either going to mail it, or we're going to purchase it from Amazon and send it to you. There's two ways to do it. Shipping can be a little interesting in Canada, so we're going to try and do it the most economic way because we want it to get to you safely. And so
We'll see how
we'll see how that works.
Yes. Now, and it doesn't matter where you live, I don't think. So it depends on where you live, maybe.
Yeah,
that's-
it does.
Thank you for everybody that took part in this. We are
Exactly.
going to have more giveaways in the
Yeah.
near future, so
Yeah.
I hope that you'll continue to do that, and hopefully you'll win the next time. And if you didn't win, please go to amazon.ca and purchase one of these books. It would be really appreciated. So thank
There
you
you
so
go.
much.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Okay. So as I mentioned, we've been working on things that we're going to sell at the booth when our time comes to do craft fairs again. And so it ends up that we have a barrel of monkeys. We don't have any barrel, but we have a bunch of monkeys, a barrel of monkeys. So it is once again that Max the Monkey from this book, which is Mama Made Minis, Knotted Lovies, Allison Dratch, and Lindsay McNutt. Now, I used two different yarns. Remember I said the one was tricky? So I have some of the Chenille Home Slim, and the other one that I'm trying is Cozy Chenille Supreme. I got this at Walmart. It works really well. It doesn't fluff quite the same way as the other one. So that's it. And let's take a look. Let's hold up who we
Wow.
have here. Max 1, Max 2, Max 3, Max 4.
Quadruplets.
There we go. All these monkeys.
There you go. You've been busy.
I have been busy, so it's been nice to sit. I just put on some show on the TV and away
Does
I
it
go.
keep you distracted somewhat from
Yes,
everything else?
yes, exactly. It does. So lots of fun.
These are great.
They are.
I
They're
love
great.
them.
And I'm not using. I'm just gonna let you know. I just use yarn for the eyes. I don't want to use safety eyes. I know they're called safety eyes for a reason, but I just prefer just to use the yarn. So
it's just
no
that
safer.
an extra safety step.
Exactly.
I know if I would feel so bad if one of the safety eyes came out and
Exactly.
yeah. But anyway,
Anyway,
it's good.
so there they
now
are.
we don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. Barrel of monkeys, bunch of monkeys.
Yeah.
There we go. So we're going to start putting away for our booth.
You know what? I don't know if my child was. I used to cut my son's hot dogs up into little tiny pieces. And so if I were to buy him a monkey when he was little, he's now 32.
Yeah.
But if I was going to buy him a monkey when he was little, I never would have bought him anything with eyes because I was like just overly worried mother.
Right.
And I, even if they said safety eyes, I don't care.
I don't want those. I don't want those.
So.
All right. So
those are great, Colleen.
Exactly.
Really
so I'm really happy with those. Actually, it's funny because I was working on them and I just kept bringing them down. And even when you came downstairs, you went, "You've got that many made?" I went, "Yeah, I've got that many made." So it's exciting. Now, May has a finished object, which is amazing.
Yes, but also Colleen has been selling these privately to people who have ordered them when we play pickleball, and they bought them for new babies and grandkids. And so we've probably, not only have you done these, you've done a few more that have been sold. So
exactly.
You have been very busy.
I have.
Now, because I like this guy so much, and I love writing books,
yes,
and I love doing the book thing, I thought I would complete my book. And it's called ABC Adventures, and it features Max on the cover.
That's right.
And Max is all inside the book. Now, we've talked about this book before, but it's now complete. It's now up on Amazon. You can purchase it on Amazon.ca.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Max is in all the pictures.
He is. He's hiding somewhere.
And so you can find him in there.
He's on top of the ball, behind the dog. Yep. What's your favorite one?
The giraffe is my favorite one.
Okay.
They're all good, but I like the giraffe.
Giraffe's really good.
And the neat thing is, if you're buying one of these, you're going to want to have to buy a book. You know?
She's a marketing lady. She's got it.
You're going to have to want to buy one of these. So you can get this on Amazon.ca or Amazon.com, I believe.
Yeah,
and check
it's
that out.
It's a great little book.
And it's also a good idea for yourselves if you want to do some of these other characters. Mm-hmm. And maybe you could do a character. We could make more books with some characters that they match up.
There you go. Okay.
We're going to need more time, I think.
You mean we have a life?
Yes.
This is our life. Monkeys are our life.
Anyway,
so much fun. It's lots of fun to do. It's kind of nice to be doing the collaboration. I really like it.
It is a nice collaboration, yeah. And I'm having fun when you make these paintings. It's that digital art that
you really are enjoying it.
I'm really enjoying that digital art too. So yes.
Every once in a while, May will turn around. She goes, "I haven't spoken to you all afternoon." I went, "Nope, you haven't, but I'm just crocheting away." It was funny because I was thinking this morning, I thought my shoulder's really sore. I'm thinking, I know we played pickleball, but we haven't, why is my shoulder so sore? Then I went down to get ready for the podcast, and I saw all the monkeys, and I went, oh, maybe one monkey too many. I'm going to have to, when I'm doing stuff for the craft show, just kind of say, this is a crochet day, this is a knitting day, this is it.
Right.
Yeah. So, speaking of doing crafts fairs, so I am going to do these as well.
Because you have the material for these too?
I do. So I've got some bowl cozies.
These seem small. Were they smaller than the other ones or the same size?
They're the same size as the others. Yep, they are. So there we are.
Do they come in different sizes?
You can make them in different sizes.
Could you make a little bigger one? I think I need a bigger one. Because the bowl I use is a little bigger.
Well, this is a bowl size. That's why it's called a bowl cozy. You're talking about like I know what
spaghetti bowl. You know what bowl I mean?
I know the bowl you mean.
Yeah, but these are perfect. Now
exactly.
We sold these at the craft fair, and you sold all of them.
And May said to me, "Those aren't going to sell, Colleen."
And they sold.
I said, "Well, we'll take them anyway." And they were gone.
We actually use ours. We sit watching TV. We'll bring dinner over. We
Sometimes,
sit on the couch. Perfect for that.
Exactly.
Perfect. So yeah, I really like mine.
Exactly.
Because before we used to have tea towels, it was all over the place.
Exactly.
This sits really nice.
So the nice thing is, well, not the nice thing. The nice thing is I have these done. And I'm going to make some to send to my son in Hong Kong. Because I give him a care package once a year. And if I get it sent by the end of February, which is very soon, if I get it sent, it goes on a boat and it gets over to Hong Kong. It should get to him. His birthday's the end of May, so it should get there then. So
I'm just thinking we should send my cousin Margaret lives in Scotland, of course, and we sent her a Canadian tea towel that you made, and she loved it, by the way, and she loved the soap that we sent her. Yeah. And very appreciative. So we like that. She'd probably like one of these too, because I'm sure she sits and eats her dinner and
exactly. We could totally do that.
That'd be great.
Okay, I've got some more sewing to do. Save my shoulder.
Yeah.
There we go. So
good job.
Those are our craft adventures, and next we're going to talk about souvenirs. Well, guess what, May?
What?
I have no souvenirs.
Ah! What? This is the first time in 8 years you haven't had a souvenir. What happened?
Well,
you haven't been going out.
I haven't been going out. I haven't been going out. I've been sitting.
That hasn't stopped you before, mind you.
No,
because
that's
it's-
true. It
we
can
have
come to the house.
The house, yes.
Actually, I was talking to a couple of ladies at exercise class this morning. They were talking about, oh, I thought you said May told you couldn't buy any more yarn. I went, well, not exactly. I'm holding off on buying yarn. But anyway, I've got some yarn.
You're using up what you have.
What
which
I
is good.
have. Well, as much as I can.
I think it's
That's
the fact that you cleaned out the basement.
Yes.
And I think you came to the realization that this is ridiculous.
Oh, no. You came to the realization it was ridiculous. I did not. I thought, oh, I'm going to have to buy that yarn to make that pair of mittens. And the good thing is, May said yes, that was no problem at all. She said, yeah, you can get that yarn.
It's not that I have to give you permission.
No, I
personally,
know.
no.
But anyway, but then I reminded her that she told me I could yesterday, and she seems to have forgotten that she said. So anyway, I said, okay, it's okay.
But we did buy a new vehicle, so that is a souvenir.
Yes, that's true.
And we went on, there's some things to come, because when you buy a new vehicle, you need to have new mats, and you need to have this, and you need to have that.
That's right.
So we bought a few accessories
Yes.
to go with the new 2025 vehicle.
Yes.
So we're excited about getting those things. We're excited about getting a new
Exactly.
vehicle. And so that has been a big big expense, but also a big souvenir.
Right. And it's all organized, and so
Yes.
it's all good. We're happy
Yeah,
about that.
We are. And also, souvenirs for me, I have gotten some of my books delivered. Colleen has given a couple of them away
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
to friends that bought monkeys
Yes.
just to go with their monkey.
Yeah.
And, it's been kind of nice for that.
Yeah.
So it was very funny because I was waiting for the books. I didn't want them to sit outside.
Right.
Because of the snow and everything else.
Exactly.
So I was kind of waiting, but the one day I just got up off the couch and I thought, well, I'm just going to check, see what the weather looks like outside, because I do that quite often.
Yes, you do.
To see how deep the snow is.
Exactly.
Mostly to see if our snowplow man has come.
Right.
And so I just happened to be at the door. I opened the door and there's this car in the driveway. And the man waved at me and I was like, well, there's no packages. And then all of a sudden he got out of the car and gave me the books.
Perfect timing.
Yes. So that was great, and they weren't sitting outside and getting damp. And
Which is fantastic.
we have a covered front porch, so
Right.
they still would get damp
Yeah,
being out in that
exactly.
cold like that.
That's right. That's right. So that was a nice delivery of some souvenirs for sure.
Yes.
So that's it. Just a reminder, the giveaway. So the winner was at Mary Danielson 3271. And once again, if you contact us at mcknitadventures on Ravelry, just send us a message with your name and your address, and we will get that book to you. Because trust me, you will love this book. It's a fantastic book.
And thanks again for everybody that put their name in, and
Yeah.
also thanks again for people that are commenting on Colleen and worried about you and giving it. That's
exactly.
been nice.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get that sorted out.
Yes.
And it's just been great being back, and hopefully we'll be back once we get this sorted out more
Yeah.
often.
That sounds great. So thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up, comment down below,
Ring that bell.
subscribe, because we really do like doing this for you. So until next time.
You take care.